Hello everyone, welcome to the topic collocations. We had two classes on collocations previously. Today is the last class on collocations. As we already know, collocation is a familiar group of words which appear together because of their habitual use. Collocations are generally used by the native speakers in their colloquial language. And there are several types of collocations as we have already learnt with the combinations of verb, noun, adjective, adverb, preposition, etc. We have discussed nearly 10 times, and verb plus noun combination, noun plus noun combination, collocation, and noun plus verb collocations we have learnt in the previous classes. And in today we will talk about noun plus preposition collocation, adjective plus noun collocation, adjective plus preposition collocation, and adverb plus adjective collocation, and adverb plus adverb collocation. And verb plus adverb and verb plus preposition collocations we'll talk under another name, another topic, namely phrasal verbs. Now let us see a few examples of adverb and adjective collocations. Vitally important. Vitally important means extremely important. For example, it's vitally important to learn vocabulary. As all of you know, we can speak and write fluently on some topics, and we can't on some topics because of lack of vocabulary on some topics. And when we are familiar we are familiar with the words, that is vocabulary, then we can speak or write fluently. So vocabulary plays a vital role, and collocations are one of the vocabulary items, so they are very important. And terribly sorry. Terribly sorry means extremely sorry, very sorry. I'm terribly sorry to bother you. That means perhaps I have disturbed you. I am terribly sorry. Utterly appalled means greatly dismayed, that is horrified. She is utterly appalled by the brutal murder of her brother. So after the brutal murder of her brother, she got horrified. And the next one, well aware. Well aware means having full knowledge of a situation or a fact. She was well aware of her limitations. Everybody should well aware of one's own limitations and one's own strengths and weaknesses. As in SWOT analysis we have learned, no? Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. So if we know fully well about ourselves, then we can manage everything else outside. Next, deeply affected, having a great effect or great change in. The lifestyle of people all over the world has been deeply affected by the corona pandemic. Absolutely delighted. Let us see some more adverb and adjective collocatives. Absolutely delighted. Completely. I'm absolutely delighted at her success. Totally unbelievable. It's totally unbelievable that he failed. And one more example, his version of the accident was totally unbelievable. Utterly stupid. He is utterly stupid to go sailing in stormy weather. One should not go sailing in stormy weather. Utterly ridiculous. He was utterly ridiculous and totally absurd. Utterly wrong. Utterly means completely. Totally, absolutely, all these give some same meaning. Utterly wrong. Child labor is utterly wrong. And utterly alone. He is utterly alone after his wife's death. Utterly furious. He was utterly furious. Utterly amazed. He was utterly amazed as an actor. Utterly beautiful. She always looks utterly beautiful. Utterly fantastic. He was utterly fantastic. Highly recommended. Yoga is highly recommended for physical and mental health, especially in this corona pandemic situation. It is helping to gain resistance. Resistance is the only thing that can avoid, that can save us from corona nowadays, as there is no medicine. Until we get vaccine, we should live until that time, no? For that reason, let us practice yoga daily, especially some pranayama techniques and asana techniques for making ourselves strong and improving resistance. And highly controversial. The topic is highly controversial. Sometimes the topics themselves are very highly controversial. And highly successful. The water purifier has been highly successful. Highly effective. Her sessions on life skills are highly effective. And highly profitable. It is highly profitable enterprise. And adverb adjective collocations. Highly unusual. Heavy rains in summer are highly unusual. Generally in rainy season we have high rains but heavy rains, but sometimes even in summer without any, that means distinction between seasons, sometimes it's raining heavily. Highly probable. Success is highly probable. Deeply competitive. It's deeply competitive and transparent. Deeply worried. She is deeply worried about her mother. Deeply unhappy. He is deeply unhappy. Like that we can make sentences. What you have to see here is the adverbs that collocate with adjectives. What kind of adverbs collocate with adjectives? That's what you have to see. Deeply ashamed. He was deeply ashamed of what he had done. Deeply regret. He deeply regretted for his insensitive comment. Deeply divided. The issue has created a deeply divided nation. Deeply concerned. She is deeply concerned about her son's health. Deeply committed. It was a deeply committed performance. Deeply ashamed. He was deeply ashamed of what he had done. Deeply regret. He deeply regretted for his insensitive comment. Deeply divided. The issue had created a deeply divided nation. Deeply concerned. She is deeply concerned of her son's health. Deeply affected. The education system has been deeply affected due to corona. All of you know by this time how in August our classes will be in full swing with first years, second years, everyone. But what is happening now? We don't know when our colleges are going to reopen and whether we can go to college this year or not. Everything is changed. There is a deeply affected the education system. And completely satisfied. I'm completely satisfied with her reply. Wide awake. He is wide awake. Ridiculously easy. This test is ridiculously easy. And richly decorated. We entered a richly decorated room. Fully aware. He is fully aware of the implications of his action. Totally different. It's totally different of what I heard before. And let us see now adjective and preposition. Till now we talked about adverb and adjective collocations. Now adjective and preposition collocations. Accustomed to. Accustomed to means familiar with something. He has been accustomed to live alone in the village after his son left for USA. So nowadays such things are happening now. Parents settle in villages and children settle in cities, and sometimes they grow abroad. When they go abroad, if mother or father anyone dies, if, among the parents, they have to live alone as the children are away from them. And notorious for, notorious means infamous. Becoming famous for bad quality, infamous. Famous are well known typically for some bad quality or deed infamous. Recently we have heard about Vikas Dubey, who has done so many murders and who had nearly 60 cases upon him, and finally somehow died. So he's a notorious criminal, hmm? Notorious thief, notorious robber, like that. Notorious means infamous, famous for bad things. The company is notorious for paying its bill late. Even paying bills late is a bad thing. So we are saying notorious. Renowned for. Renowned for means known to everybody. Famous. Known or talked about by many people. Known or talked about by many people. India is renowned for its spiritual heritage. What do you mean by spiritual heritage? Spirituality. Wherever you see the yoga gurus, all spiritual masters, almost all are from India. Confronted with. Come face to face with someone with hostile or argumentative intent. For example, the minister was confronted by a group of protesters when they are against the government's any law or any action of government. Then what do people do? Generally they protest. Recently what happened in America, the blacks protested against the brutality of the police, no? George Floyd. So like that, it is they confronted, we say. Keen on. Keen on means having or showing eagerness and enthusiasm. Most of the kids are keen on playing games. Generally, children are very much interested in playing games. Previously, we used to warn them not to play and study, but now what is happening? The situation differed. They are not even playing games, just looking at with their mobiles or computers and playing games in them. Computer games, mobile games, not outside games. So now we are really will feel happy if they play outdoor games. Next, adjective plus preposition. Adjective plus preposition. In this combination, yeah, we have seen till now some examples. Now some more examples. Attached to. The mother and child are very much attached to each other. That's natural. Addicted to. A lot of people nowadays have become addicted to the internet. Without internet, we can't even do anything. It is not only addiction, but it has become necessary. Even for classes, we are depending upon internet. Allergic to. He is allergic to groundnuts. Several people are allergic to several things. Some people are allergic to pop music. Some people are allergic to food like groundnuts, soya, mustard. And indifferent to. She was very indifferent to him yesterday. Not showing concern. Unkind to. It is unkind to go without him. Married to. Siri is married to Hari. Delighted to. She would be absolutely delighted to come with us. Pleased to. I'm very much pleased to be with you all. Similar to. The design is similar to yours. Superior to. He is superior to John. Afraid of. He is afraid of swimming in the river. All these meanings you know. They are very simple. That's why just I am giving an example in a sentence, so that you will remember how this adjective is collocating with the preposition afraid with of. Ashamed of. He is ashamed of his behavior. Aware of. She is aware of her strengths. She knows her own strengths. Capable of. She is capable of running a company. Envious of. He is envious of her English fluency. She is very fluent in English. She has the gift of the gab in English. So he is getting envy of her. And some more prepositions, adjective and preposition. We continue the same, no? Certain of, conscious of, independent of, jealous of, proud of, silly of, typical of, kind to, receptive to, related to, unfriendly to, and adjectives with for, eager for, eligible for, famous for, grateful for, prepared for, ready for, responsible for, respected for, suitable for, thankful for. Associated with, bored with, blessed with, crowded with, disappointed with, fed up with, familiar with, pleased with, popular with, satisfied with. Angry about, anxious about, enthusiastic about, excited about, furious about, happy about, nervous about, pessimistic about, sad about, serious about, upset about, worried about. These are the adjectives that collocate with the preposition about. Now the adjectives that collocate with the preposition in. Comfortable in, connected in, disappointed in, experienced in, interested in, polite in, impolite in, present in, skilled in, slow in. Next, the adjectives that collocate with preposition by. Amazed by, delighted by, disturbed by, excited by, fascinated by, impressed by, inspired by, astonished by, made from, no, from, different from, safe from. Next, the adjectives that collocate with at. Amazed at, angry at, annoyed at, awful at, bad at, brilliant at, clever at, delighted at, absent from, free from. And now let's see some examples for adjective and noun collocations. Till now we have talked about adverb plus adjective collocations and adjective plus preposition collocation. Now adjective plus noun collocation. Mild climate. Mild climate means a pleasant climate as it is neither extremely hot nor extremely cold. It's a pleasant city to live in as it has a mild climate. Next, damp smell. Damp smell means smelling unpleasantly old and slightly wet. As damp smell is generally due to lack of ventilation, the best thing one can do is opening doors and windows. And deep pockets. Deep pockets informally used in America, and it is used to refer to the possession of abundant financial resources. If any company or person has a lot of money, then they are called as deep pockets. They have deep pockets. The American tobacco companies have deep pockets. That means they are very rich. Next, moral obligation. Moral obligation means a duty which one owes and which one ought to perform, but which one is not legally bound to fulfill. For example, the children should be taken care by the parents. It's a moral obligation. And in the same way, The children should take care of their old parents. This is also moral obligation. If you don't do that, if children don't take care of parents, or if parents don't take care of children, generally, that means generally it happens. Nobody needs to say that they should take care of. It happens as naturally. But if any case it doesn't happen, there won't be any legal law. Legally, there is no need of a need to fulfill. Not only the nowadays, some even legally, mm, they are asking sometimes to come and take care of old parents when they are approaching the police stations. And sometimes we have to protect the environment, we have to help others. These are our moral obligation. If you don't help any beggar, nobody will question you. But it is morally, when you see somebody without food or shelter, then helping them is a moral obligation, like that. We have the moral obligation to protect the environment. Now it is very much necessary, to protect the environment. If the environment pollution is more, what happens? It becomes a threat to our life itself. And long way means a great distance. She was still a long way from home. She's away from home, but she is driving in a car, and but she was a long way from home. Main course means the most substantial course of a meal, the main dish in the multi-course meal. There may be so many dishes in your meal, and what is the main thing that is called as main course? Fish is the main course of their meal. Generally in Japan, fish is the main course of the meal. And natural disaster. A natural event such as a flood, earthquake, or hurricane that causes a great damage or loss of life. Any natural disaster. So West Bengal has suffered a lot due to the natural disaster recently. What happened there? Due to heavy rains, due to the natural calamity, so many people died, so much damage was occurred. An active ingredient. The active ingredient is the ingredient in a pharmaceutical drug or pesticide that is biologically active. For example, the only active ingredient in this medicine is aspirin. Aspirin is the only active ingredient in this medicine. And back pay. Back pay means the money which an employer owes as an employee for the work that he or she did in the past. That means the employer owes money to the employee for his past work. The workers are demanding their back pay. Sometimes they won't give. Then they demand and they protest. And a great deal of, to a very great extent or degree, a great deal of means a lot of. The painting costs a great deal of money. A lot of money is needed to buy that painting. Next, strong room. Strong room means a special room, typically in a bank, in which valuable things can be kept safe and locked. Anywhere strong rooms can be there, anywhere. Even in election times we have strong rooms where all this election material is preserved. So room means a room where valuable things can be kept safe and locked. And generally in every bank there will be a strong room. And the irony is the robbers entered the strong room and packed the cash into bags. Generally the robbers, what do? They are always waiting for a chance. So they enter the strong room and pack the cash into bags. Now let us see some more adjective plus noun collocations. delicious curry, delicious coffee, delicious food, tasteless food, tasteless drink, tasty drink, sweet moment, sweet music, sweet voice, bitter drink, bitter coffee, bitter experience, bitter tea, mild evening, mild winter, mild climate, warm clothes, warm light, stunning performance. Stunning means great performance. Stunning design, stunning voice, stunning view. That means impressive actually. Impressive design, impressive performance, impressive view. Unforgettable experience, unforgettable night, unforgettable summer, unforgettable concert. Romantic music, romantic experience, romantic novel, romantic evening. Soft drink, soft clothes, soft music, loud music. Loud voice, smooth performance, jump clothes, strong drink, strong room, strong smell, safety crackers, shiny object, yellow flower, fast car, sandy beach. Deep feelings, deep pockets, deep sleep, deep trouble, regular exercise, smooth performance, jump room, jump smell, jump atom. And now noun plus preposition collocations. And address of, advantage of. Address is the noun and of is the preposition. Aware or awareness of, disadvantage of, exhibition of, experience of, fear of, grasp of, habit of, knowledge of, love of, member of, memory of, a cause of, a photograph of. And now noun that collocate with the preposition for. A check for, reason for, admiration for, advertisement for, approval for, arguments for, bid for, case for, credit for, cure for, demand for, desire for, fondness for, hatred for, love for. Argument with, concern with, connection with, sympathy with, difficulty with, involvement with, link with, meeting with, quarrel with, relationship with. And the nouns that collocate with to. Access to, addiction to, allusion to, an attitude to, an invitation to, approach to, change to, concern to, contribution to, damage to, dedication to. And then between, the nouns that collocate with the preposition between. Link between, a connection between, a contact between two, a difference between two, a relationship between, bond between, authority over, control over. Now the nouns that collocate with the preposition on. Debate on, information on, hold on, agreement on, ban on, congratulations on. We say we congratulate anybody, no, when on their success. Congratulate on their success. decision on, report on. And then noun plus the preposition about. Agreement about, anxiety about, concern about, confusion about, debate about, decision about, information about, story about, inquiry into, investigation into, research into, translation into. Next, noun that collocates with the preposition in. A decrease in, a fall in, a rise in, an increase in, belief in, change in, course in, delay in. And now let's see adverb plus adverb collocations. Adverb plus adverb collocations. Two adverbs we see here. For example, dead ahead. Dead ahead means extremely towards the front. Extremely ahead. For example, the school is dead ahead about 2 miles from here. It is 2 miles extremely, exactly the front. The next one, quite often. Quite often means more frequently. We have talked about corona vaccine quite often. Generally people, or most of them, everywhere people are talking about corona and corona, no? Everywhere. So about vaccine, daily we are listening to the news. We listen to the news that in August 15th the coronavirus vaccine is going to come, and also in the 2021 January, like that. Today we got the news that only for just 250 rupees only in India corona vaccine is going to be sold. So like that daily we are talking about, we have talked about corona vaccine quite often. Next, right away. Right away means immediately, straight away. If I get the job, I can start right away. I'm ready to start if I get the job. Let's see some more adverb collocations. Examples. Right now. He is at work right now. All alone. She got scared because she was all alone. Pretty well. She knows everything pretty well about the subject. Almost certainly. He is suited for that post. Almost certainly. All along. We know all along that he is preparing for the exam. Adverb plus adverb collocations. And these are the collocations that we are talking about now. Quite enough. I have had quite enough snacks. Only just. We have only just arrived. That means just now. All over. She lectures on yoga all over the world. Anymore. I don't want any more food. I have already eaten too much. Quite a lot. They ate quite a lot. Next, let us see some common collocations. They may be of any combination. It may be adverb, it may be adverb adjective, it may be adjective noun, maybe verb and noun and verb, noun and noun. Any collocation, whatever may be the collocation, just let us see some common collocations. So crystal clear means completely transparent and unclouded, one meaning. And another meaning is unambiguous and easily understood. I explained you crystal clearly means what? easy way, in an easy way that you can understand. That's the meaning. Let us see the examples. Careful restoration work had turned the once polluted waters of the river crystal clear. River water, if we see the what is the report, what are the reports saying, even in Ganges, Ganga, which we think as sacred, it got polluted a lot. Even so many saints and sadhus, they did the they fought for this. That means to make it as a crystal clear, to save the river. Everywhere, not only Ganga, Yamuna, so many rivers, we are polluting them with not only the human waste, with the waste that comes from the factories, companies, whatnot. We are dumping everything into the river and we are polluting the river water. And finally, who gets affected? The whole nature along with us, human beings as well, and also the other living beings on the earth. And this is about one meaning. The second meaning is easily understood. No, the college rules are crystal clear. When you have to come and when you have to live, what should you do in the college, everything. The rules are laid by the college and they are crystal clear to you. And the next one, safe and sound. Safe and sound. Safe and sound means out of danger and unharmed. They came back home safe and sound after a challenging mountain climb. They went for climbing a mountain, but they came very safe. When they came back home, they are safe and sound. That means there is no danger for them. They are not harmed by anything. Okay, they came back home safe and sound after a challenging mountain climb. And the next one is good enough. Good enough. Good enough means adequately good for the circumstances. This work is simply not good enough to protect the environment. Everywhere we see plantation. Everywhere plant a tree, like that programs are going on. And in our state, it is going on with the name Harita Haram now. In schools, colleges, every institution, everywhere in villages, everywhere it is going on. But is it really protecting the environment? Means after planting also we should take care of them, no? Generally, more than half of them are dying. So this work is not simply good enough. We have to do much more to protect the environment. And pay a compliment. Pay a compliment means express a praise or condemnation to someone. For example, Sita paid Radha a compliment when she told her that she was intelligent. Sita told Radha that she was intelligent. What is it? It is a compliment paid by Sita to Radha. And pay someone a visit. It is not paying money, a visit. That means to visit someone. We paid a visit to our grandparents last winter. After that, in summer we wanted to go, but we could not due to Corona. No? From March 15th, we are on lockdown. And right on time means exactly at the time required. Exactly at the time required. You should be right on time means you should be exactly on the time, required time. The trial lawyer was right on time for his next case. Next, from dawn till dusk. From dawn till dusk. From early morning until early evening. Dawn means early morning. Dusk means early evening. When we see the sun rising, then it is said to be the dawn, no? And at the time of sun setting, that is called as dusk. So example, he works daily from dawn till dusk. Next, dead on time. Dead on time. We talked about dead ahead. Dead ahead means exactly in the front direction. No? Here dead on time means exactly on time, one meaning, and another meaning is deceased or dead person. Hmm? He dead on time means a person who died recently. So, and one more meaning is exactly on time. And he left dead on time at 1 p.m. yesterday. That means he exactly left at 1 p.m. That's the meaning. Next, time passes. Hmm? Past time and time passes. Time goes or moves. Hmm? As time passes, it becomes more difficult to raise funds. Hmm? Make time. Make time. To find time in a busy schedule. Generally, higher officials or political leaders or prime ministers, president, chief ministers like that, they'll be very busy. Their schedule is very busy. So, for example, in spite of his busy schedule, the collector has made time for us. Generally, he will have so many other things to do, but still, he gave his time for our college. Spend time. Spending time means passing time doing some activity. He spends his free time reading books. That's a good pastime, no? Next, finally, let us see what we have learned in in our class collocation and as well as the past previous two classes on collocation. In total, what we have learned. Today we have discussed several examples of various types of collocations. What are they? We have talked about adverb plus adjective collocations, adverb plus preposition collocations, adjective plus noun collocations, and noun plus preposition collocations, and adverb plus adverb collocation, and also some common collocations of time and other things. And we also have talked about verb plus noun in the first class on collocation combinations, and in the next class we talked about noun plus noun and noun plus verb collocations. And today we talked about 6 more types of collocations. Totally we talked about the 8 various types of collocations. And what are left is verb plus adverb and verb plus preposition collocations are left, which are also known as the phrasal verbs, and they will be discussed in the next class. And as vocabulary learning is vitally important for acquiring language skills, because whether for writing or whether for speaking, the most important thing is we need vocabulary. With vocabulary only we can frame grammar rules and we can speak or write. So, and in vocabulary collocations are more important. So learn collocations well, use them in your daily usage while speaking and while in writing, and learn them well and become good speakers of and speakers and writers of English. Yes, wish you all best. Have a nice day and thank you very much for your patient listening. Thank you.